Hey friends, it's Gary here, back at the Scott 3D shop. Today we're going to do a video on these skinny tumblers and this device. This is a device I have on my Etsy and my Shopify, and this is to clamp in the skinny tumblers into a rotary jig. I'll show you how everything works. I'm going to turn the camera down to the tool so you can see close up how this operates. And if you do buy this, my tolerances on this are really tight. So the fit as it goes into here, it is very snug. Sometimes you have to twist it around to get it on. Like I kind of like spin it like that to go on, and I can do that in the chuck also. But the reason why I have it so tight is because I don't want, when this is in the chuck, I don't want this pulling off this edge. I've had that happen with other devices, and to me, it's not even worth using. I bought them for plenty of money, and I just kind of throw them away. So I come up with this one, and then another part of this device, you can see right here, this is like even across the whole thing. My clamps go on the outside of this. And the reason why I do this and why this is pretty long, so the jaws on my chuck, I'll show you, grab onto this, and then I can engrave with my laser probably up to like this point without hitting the clamps in the chuck. So other devices I've used, you can only get like up to here because you have to clamp up so high, or if you clamp on the top of this. It doesn't work for me, so that's how I developed this one. And I like this being super even, so I don't have to worry about my laser hitting anything. And that's the key ingredient for this, and how snug it is another way this device works opposed to other ones I've used. So here, I'm going to turn the camera over. There you go. Okay. So this is how I set up on my X tool, and here's my rotary chuck, and I use these jaws on it, and I'll show you how it clamps into there. So I set that in there, loosen that up. I make sure that the back is sitting flat against the back side of my jaws. Take about a quarter turn just to keep it snug in there. Then you'll see how snug this is to get on, but it's the way I want it. There you go. Make sure it's good. And I just give it a spin. I give it a spin to make sure I'm going in a nice even circle around there. So there you go. And here's another tool I have. And I mean, you'll see this on my Etsy also. I use this tool all the time, and I know I'm talking about the tumbler, but I just love this because you can see my mark here. That's the center of my tumbler. So I know I have this marked as a skinny tumbler. So this sits on my wall. Every time I get a skinny tumbler, I know that that's my center mark. So then I bring my laser over, check it to make sure your height is right. And you can see here, you see how it doesn't, I don't have any issue. Even if I want to drop it down further, I have no issue. You can see how far, right there even. I can get about a half inch or so from the end of the tumbler without interfering with my jaws of the rotary chuck. I like on my white tumblers, I like my height just a little bit higher. For some reason, it just works for me. I don't know. So then you come in, there's the center mark right there. So again, invaluable tool. Center mark, I kind of line up my horizontal marks just on the top, make sure you're on the top edge. Then I'll go over to my computer and I'm going to do a frame test to make sure nothing hits. And you can see how nice and smooth it spins. I mean, that's it. I'm ready to engrave. And then when you're done, slide the machine over, give it a little snug pull, and it's off. Like you're ready. Then the next tumbler, grab another tumbler. You're on. Again, I give it a spin just to make sure we're locked in all good. Then you're ready to go for your next tumbler. If you have any other questions on how to do, or I'm going to make these also for all size tumblers, and I want them in all separate pieces because I'm not a fan of multi-jigs for anything. I mean, every jig has a purpose, and every jig has a purpose for that device or product alone. So again, this is going to be on my Etsy and my Shopify. And if you have any questions, just direct message me, and I'm happy to answer anything for anybody. Thank you.